What's going on, guys? Balkan Architect here, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create a transparent glass facade in a Revit elevation. Now you might be thinking, well, if it's an elevation and if it's a glass facade, shouldn't be transparent by default? Well, no. In Revit, unfortunately, for some reason, Revit displays glass or those curtain wall glass panels as solid in elevations. So the elevations aren't really accurate when it comes to representation, which can be really annoying. So I thought, why not answer this question and try to find a solution. Now I'm doing this because it's one of the most common or the most common Google search for Revit problems, and I did a tutorial where I answered the rest of the most common searched Revit problems as my last video, so check it out if you're interested. I'm going to leave a link somewhere either in the description or in the cards. And before we get straight into this tutorial to figure out how to solve this issue, one quick thing, I would just like to ask you to like this video. It helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And also make sure to subscribe. I make useful Revit tutorials each week, and also I make some courses for Revit. So if you would like a whole beginner to intermediate course, just to have the ability to go from a complete novice to somebody who can complete complex projects on their own, I have a course for that, and many more intermediate and advanced courses, and it's all available on my website, balkanarchitect.com. It's going to be the first link in the description underneath this video, so check it out if you're interested. Also, if you want all of my Revit project files, check out my Patreon. There you can find all of my Revit project files as well as some of those advanced courses. So that's going to be the second link in the description. Okay, so now without any further ado, let's get straight into Revit.
Okay, so as you can see, here I am in Revit, and this is that office building project that you can find the full 12-hour course on my website, balkanarchitect.com. And of course, if you want the project file, check out my Patreon. That's going to be the second link in the description. Okay, anyways, let's now create that elevation with the transparent glass. So I'm going to go here to the project browser, and you want to find your elevations. I'm going to go with the south elevation because that's going to be showing off this most dominant facade. So if I just open that up, it looks like this. And before we start working on the actual facade, just one thing that I would like to do is to hide all of these grid lines and the rest of the annotation. I think it's not necessary in these elevations. So to do so, I'm going to go to the properties panel, go into the visibility graphics overrides, click on edit, go to annotation categories, and you can just uncheck all of the annotation categories. As you can see, they kind of go into this halftone mode, and then you can just hit apply. Okay, and as you can see, this is a lot cleaner. Okay, moving on, let's now start making that facade transparent. Now, it's really important for this particular facade to understand which parts should be transparent and which shouldn't. So as you can see here, we have some reflective panels here on the top and then in between floors. So basically this is masking off using those reflective panels to mask off the kind of the construction that goes between the bottom ceiling and the top floor. So we want that to be represented as just a solid or white in this elevation as it is currently, but for the windows and for the rest of the glass between those, we want it to be transparent. As you can see here, we can see some furniture inside, and I think the whole elevation would be much more informative, much clearer, and I think it would just look a lot better if we had the kind of the peak inside of this view. So unfortunately, Revit doesn't really have a systematic approach to doing something like this. So of course there is a workaround, and it's actually quite simple and it's quite straightforward. So let's explore that. So basically what you want to do is select each panel of glass and make it transparent. Now you can override elements by just selecting them, like selecting this whole wall, for example. And then when you select the wall, let's see which wall is that. Let's see, like this. So for example, select that first wall. Yeah, so when you select it, you can right click, override graphics in view by element, and then here you can change the transparency. But the problem is, if you change transparency here, as you can see, all panels lose their solidness or become transparent, and also mullions will become transparent, and that's not what we want. So let's bring this down to 0. There we go. Click OK. Now we have to have a different approach where we just turn on transparency for the the glass panels. So how do you do something like that? Well, we need to first make a selection of all glass panels, and that can be done quite easily by going to the project browser, scrolling down, and then you want to find families. Now you can expand that menu, and then here we have curtain mullions. Let's collapse that. We want curtain panels. Now when you open up curtain panels, you can see that we have many panels here, and then one of those are system panels, and system panels are divided into glazed and solid. So the solid ones are the ones that are here in between floors, and on top and on the bottom here. And then the glazed ones, those are the transparent ones, the ones that are made out of glass. So if I select this one, as you can see, the finish is mirrored. If I select this one, the finish is transparent. So that's what we want. Now, when you find the family here, you can just right-click on that family, and we have this option to select all instances. Now, you can select them all that are visible in this view, or you can select basically in the entire project. Now, it might make sense to select in the entire project, just because you want that kind of transparency to continue on. So you don't want to select just the ones that are facing you, but the ones that are behind you as well, because it's kind of cool to have the ability to see through the building, especially if there is something behind the building, maybe some trees or some other buildings. I think that would look really cool. So as you can see here, we have the full selection. These pins are there only because these panels are kind of locked in place. So anyways, once the selection is made, you can just right click and then go to Override Graphics in View by Element. And then here, we're going to be turning that transparency up. You can play around. Let's try 80%. That's nice. We can try 60. I actually like 80. You can go all the way to 100, but I actually don't like that. I prefer to keep just a little bit of that kind of washed out look. So when you hit apply, click OK, it's going to look like this, and it looks a lot better. Now, maybe it doesn't look that good currently, but when you turn on the shadows and maybe turn on the detail view to fine, go to graphic display options, and then here go to shadows, turn on the ambient shadows. As you can see, now as we add a bit more to this view, it's going to look a lot better. Let's go into lighting and just turn down the shadows because they're usually too dark. Yeah, something like this I think looks really good. Okay, one problem that we seem to have is if I zoom in here, these windows, as you can see, they're not transparent, and usually you want your windows to be transparent, especially in elevations like that. Actually, the windows are the most important part. So what you want to do is select one of those, and then we can just right click. And then let's see, can we select all instances? And let's select all in the entire view. Okay, so once we have those, right click again, override graphics in view by element, and here let's crank up the transparency to 80%. Click apply, okay. And there we go. Now the windows are transparent as well. Now, one thing that you don't want to forget in this project, and those are the doors. Now, luckily for us, we only have 4 doors on our curtain system, and they're all visible in this view. So you want this one. Hold the control key to add to selection. Then you want to select this revolving door, which is also made out of glass. Now, if you can't select it, try hovering over it and hitting the tab key a couple of times. And now you can hold the control key, add that to selection, hold the control key again, add this door, hold the control key again, and then add this door. So once we have all 4 doors selected, again, right click an empty space, override graphics in view by element, and then crank up the transparency up to 80% and hit apply. Click OK, and there we go. Now we have a fully transparent view. Now, of course, this might look even better if you go to realistic or something like that. Let's see. Okay, it's a bit annoying here because these are reflective, and in the Revit 2020 and older, reflective materials are represented as black. But if you have new Revit 2021, this is actually going to have a nice little color. So for this view, let's just keep it at hidden line. I think it looks a lot cleaner like this. Okay, so that's how you improve the realistic feel of your elevations in Revit by making that glass transparent. Of course, you can take this even further, maybe crop the view, make the crop region visible, and so on and so forth. I actually have a full tutorial where I make this elevation look really nice. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description for that. But I thought it would be a good idea to have just a quick little tutorial covering the transparency of the glass, as that is one of those topics that everybody's interested in, everybody wants to know how to do it, and nobody seems to figure out a good approach. Okay, so that's what I decided to do for this particular tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure to like it, make sure to subscribe, share this video, and also, again, as I said, if you want some of the beginner, intermediate, or advanced courses in Revit, check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, and for the project files, make sure to check out my Patreon. That's going to be the second link in the description. So again, the website for the courses is the first link, and for the project files, that's the second link in the description. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial, and I'll be back in a couple of days with a new Revit tutorial. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.